Hi folks, how's it going? First time out for 7 days, something like that. Bit chilly, bit grey, but lovely weather for metal detecting. Today I'm on a permission that I've been on many times before. You can see behind me it stretches, it's about 40 acres of pasture. Hasn't been ploughed for a long time. Found some interesting stuff here. But today I'm going to take a different approach. I'm going to use a technology which I'm sure you metal detectorists have heard of, called LiDAR, light detection and ranging. If you're fairly new to this hobby, you may not have heard of it. It's a technology that can give you a picture of the ground with shaded areas that indicate hollows, dips, gullies, buildings, trees. But I look at these maps and you can sort of make a judgment on whether you think there's been human habitation or human footfall many years ago, but from looking at these maps. And the reason I'm here today is because I'll post a picture here that shows you this field with a shaded line across it, which I can't find on any maps. I think potentially it could be an old path or trackway. So I'm going to walk it today and see what I can find. But yeah, this LiDAR technology I paid a subscription to, I think it was Archive UK. I'll put a link in for you. It's 50 quid for the year, which is a lot of money if you only got one permission and you only want to look at one particular LiDAR map. I spent that money. I've only used it for this really. But you know, it's a good indication of where to look, potentially. Anyway, yeah, so the map you've just seen with the shaded line across it, I'm going to walk now, which basically is down there up to the other fence. Now, you can actually, if you stand and look at the land levels with the knowledge of the map behind you, you can actually see a slight indentation across the earth, which you wouldn't normally notice because you wouldn't be looking for it. So it's got to be there for a reason. I'm hoping it's because lots of people walk there over hundreds of years, going back millennia. We'll see. So anyway, I'm off now. If I find anything interesting, I will show you. 4-hole button. Not very exciting, but evidence of people. Faint signal. My pinpointing wasn't wonderful, but I came up with this really interesting thing. It's a key, I reckon, some kind of key, but quite an unusual shaped key. Oops, back in the hole. Unusual shaped key. Look at that, nice thing. Get rid of that mud. It's got the end of it is. I'll show you the end of it. So the end of it is got a funny shape. You can see. I don't think it's broken. I think it's just how it was made. That looks pretty old to me. So, yeah, so far so good. Yeah, it's not a very nice day. It's very damp in the air and not particularly cold, but it gets into your bones, this damp. But this has cheered me up a little bit, and we'll keep going. Nice little sixpence popped up. Not sure if that's a King George V. Oh, I don't know. It's in good nick. Tiny though. It's an interesting little sixpence, like that a lot. Proper silver, I'd say. Looks like someone's been hunting or set. It looks like someone's set a treasure trail for metal detectors at some point on this piece of land. There's a penny in a bag there with a number on it. Number 10. So clearly people have been here before, but I wasn't aware of that. It was a long time ago, I'd say, but there you go. Something to ponder. I think we might have ourselves a Roman coin here. Not cleaned it yet, but feels like a Roman coin. It's got some detail left. I think that's a Roman coin. I'll give it a clean up and get back to you. I love this hobby. Had a good signal, was digging a hole down here, and couldn't get to. I could hear it with a pinpointer, but I couldn't get to it for some reason. So I took another spadeful out, and it disappeared. I thought, oh, what the hell's that gone now? Anyway, there you go. Just look at that. It's a nice big old. Look at that imprint, lovely little imprint. Oh, look at that. What's that? Is that what they call a cartwheel penny? If it is, it's my first. Chuffed to bits with that if it is. Looks, it's got some detail. It's very thick. It's got to be, isn't it? I've seen them online with you other guys, but I've not found one myself, so pleased with that. Onwards. This came up quite deep, about 6 inches, maybe a bit more. Don't know, it's got a hole in it. It's maybe a token, maybe even just a dog tag. But there's some kind of pattern on it. It's very thin. But yeah, I think it's probably a dog tag. Been there a while though. But there you go, something. Here's a nice signal. Can't hear any iron. Quite nice and high pitched. Fairly consistent. Got to go in. Here we go. Is this a button? It looks like a button. It's big, but on the back it's got this huge fixing. Would that be a button fixing? Don't know, but it does look like a button. I'll clean it up and get some more information if I can. Could this be a piece of silver buckle? Could this be this silver? And it's looks like part of a buckle. Yeah, not very big. It's I don't know. It's it could be. I'll have to have a closer look back at base. Right, so I've dug this hole. It's a very faint signal, and I don't know what's here, but I can hear it, as you can hear now. So I wonder what that is. Let's have right on it there. Okay. Interesting to know. Ah, what's this? It's a random bit of pipe. Or was it a bullet? Don't know. Clean it up. Let's have a closer look. Clean. I think it's a bullet. What do you think? Bullet? Yeah, that's more likely what it is. Although, yeah, bullet for me. Computer button. With loop intact. Nothing to write home about, but more evidence this was a walkway. Here's the hole. Signal. Little thimble. Nice thing. Full of mud. I'll get that sorted out and it'll become a nice little artifact. I think we have a very small Roman coin out of this hole here. Here it is. Looks to have fairly clear bust on it, facing left, I think. But I think that's a Roman coin with some detail, which is unlike the Roman coins I find around here. So I'm pleased with that. Always love a coin. So see that hole a few meters away there? That was where the Roman coin was, I just found. And that must be 4 meters away, and here is another one. It's got some detail on it. Can't see much on the other side, but yeah, another Roman coin within a few meters of this one. So this pathway I'm talking about, this idea I had, it follows that where you can see my car is, and I'm walking down it, and I found a few things on this line. So yeah, I reckon it was a path at some point. My theory may be correct. Horrible signal. Hey, listen to this. Horrible signal. Got some iron grunting. Got a double bleep. So not holding out much hope. I'm going to dig it anyway to see what's in there. That horrible two-tone signal, bleep 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 plus grunt grunt grunt, just goes to show the vagaries of signal sounds. That noise. All that noise is just this. Just a little old rusty bolt. Judging by the noise it made, I thought it'd been something a bit bigger, or maybe two things, but it's just a rusty old boat. Lovely. Rusty old, not a boat, a bolt. What a lot of noise for not much at all. Strong signal here. Crisp, clean, could be a number of things. Crisp, clean, could be a number of things, as we know. So it's in here. There you go. Not perfect pinpointing, but all right. Let's have a look, see what we've got. Ah, I know what this is. I know what this is. One of these. A carbine arquebus. Carbine or arquebus shot. Lead shot. Perfect. Another one. Look at this. Look at that little buckle there. That's a beaut, isn't it? And the pin works. Check it out. The pin works. Beautiful little pin working buckle. That's got to be medieval, isn't it? Anyway, I shall look after that one. Put it in my safe finds pouch. So to summarise, what you see is what I found. I walked this LiDAR shaded area twice on two separate occasions. I went from one side of the field to the other and then back again, slightly different lines, but basically saddling the shaded area, and I came up with quite a selection of things, which leads me to believe that it was a walkway. So starting at the top, we have a really nice William IV groat, fourpence, as they say. Look at that, in beautiful condition, 200 years old, just under. And then we also had this, which is not so spectacular, but was evidence that this field has been detected upon before, but I don't know when. This was in a plastic bag with a number on it, like a treasure hunt for detectorists. So that's just interesting. This, I've made a fairly botched attempt to clean it up, probably done more harm than good, but it's a George III cartwheel penny, my first one. There it is, big old thing. It was exactly the same grid reference as this barbarous radiate Roman coin that I found, which is interesting, literally about a metre away, showing the same grid coordinates. Nice barbarous radiate there. And continuing the theme of Roman coins, this came up about 3 metres further down the trail. This is apparently, the jury's out, it could be a Magnentius or it could be a Decentius. Apparently were brothers, both committed suicide. Nice. But yeah, that's a nice coin. I've not found one of those before. It's pretty toasted, but there we go. And also a couple of Roman coins. This is all on the same line that I talked about. I think they're both Constantine numices. There's one here, again pretty toasted, and this one's slightly better condition. Okay, I think they're both Constantine. So that was it for coins, and then a bit more bits and pieces I found. There's this lead token that someone's drilled a hole in, possibly make it into a pendant. Don't know how old that is, a few hundred years probably. And a couple of standard pewter button with a nice loop on it. 4-hole button. Nothing spectacular. This, not sure what this is. It looks like a button from this way up, but then you turn it over, it's got this huge fixing on the back. It's very worn. It's been worn away, rubbing against something, I feel, but I don't know what it is. If anybody's got any ideas, love to know, thank you. And a little thimble, always like a thimble. Not in a good condition, but a thimble. Again, evidence of human footfall. Some obviously bits of nonsense, bits of rubbish here, bit of iron, don't know what that is. Nasty old nail. This came up. It's metallic. It had wood inside it. It's quite light, so I don't think it's very old, but I just didn't know what it was. And this was near it, so it's maybe part of the same thing. It was just a couple of meters away. This shined gold when I first saw it. Looks like it's a bit of broken can, bit of can store. Old rusty hook. Nothing interesting. Old, bit of a horseshoe, quite an old horseshoe, I'd say. And this lead torpedo thing, which I don't think is a bullet. In fact, I sent it to my Flo and he said it's not a bullet, but it's not worth recording. So anybody knows what that might be, I'd like to know, thank you. And moving on to more interesting stuff. Look at this medieval key. Look at that, that's a really nice thing. Yeah, that was higher up the track, but on the track, and also medieval. Look at that pin working buckle. Look at that in great nick. Beautiful thing, love that. And this, my Flo says, never seen one before, potentially a strap end. He'd like to see it. I've not seen anything like it. If anybody has, I'd like to know. Looks quite old. And finally, medieval period. This, I think, might be silver, part of a buckle. I've done silver tests. I can't make it, I can't confirm it's silver, but it's not gilt. It's definitely solid, whatever it is. But I will take it to be shown to my Flo. A couple of carbines stroke arquebus balls. Probably not musket balls. I think musket balls are a bit bigger. So that's that. So looking at what I found over probably about 6 hours searching up and down the line of this shaded LiDAR area, it looks to me that there's been quite a bit of activity on the line. But I think it's been a worthwhile experiment. If you have any comments or have any ideas what some of the things on here that I'm not sure, please comment. And I'll see you soon.